Hi everyone, it is nice to finally meet you face to face. Welcome to my channel, Sweet Macarons. And for those 231 subscribers who have been following me for a while, here I am. Here's my face finally, and it is so nice to actually put my face, or help you put a face to the creations that I have made so far for this channel. And I wanted to take tonight to kind of explain to you what is going on today. I am making some macarons for a friend of mine, and I am not selling them, and I'll get to that in just a minute. But I am making some like beach themed macarons, so I wanted to show you guys like some of the macarons that I'm making, and one macaron cake that I'm making for my friend for her bridal shower tomorrow, that we're throwing for her. Now for today's plan, I'm planning to make coral colored macarons that are going to be filled with vanilla buttercream as well as strawberry filling, along with seashell macarons that are going to be that blue color, and they're also going to be filled with vanilla buttercream and lemon curd filling, all so that I can make a nice spread of a 40 count beach themed macarons with coral arrangement macaron spread. Now before I bore you with all the grim details of like my failures and like I'm gonna go ahead and separate some of these egg whites. So if you want to watch me do that, I know that it's important to prep my ingredients before anything to make sure that everything's all prepped, separated, sieved before I start baking, but I just have like a super short attention span when it comes to baking. One of the things I really hate doing is prepping my ingredients before baking, but I know that it's going to make my life 100 times easier. So this separating of the egg whites is my least favorite part, but I just do it. One of the things that I'm doing today is taking these egg yolks, or the yellow part of the egg, for some of you Latinos out there who just like to call them the yellows. I don't know. But I'm taking these egg yolks and I'm going to make some lemon curd with the egg yolks, one of my fillings for one version of my macarons. I do not like to waste my egg yolks because I feel like they're very valuable these days in this recession. If any of you guys have any other uses for egg yolks, please drop a comment below and let me know maybe some of the things that you do with these. I separated my egg whites into this little bowl, say you will. I absolutely hate separating my egg yolks from my egg whites when you're measuring it out and pouring it out on a weigher. Like, you can't just pour it like regular liquid, because if you just go at it and pour it, like clumps of like your egg white will just fall out, and then you'll have like an overage in the measurements, and it's so annoying because then you have to dump the egg whites all over again into another bowl and keep measuring them all over again. So if anybody has like a true and tested way of measuring egg whites so that you don't keep making those mistakes over and over again, that would also be helpful in the comments, because I've been going through this for like 2 years, like just being so aggravated at separating these egg whites. And into the bowl these egg whites go, ready to start mixing my sugar, warm it up, and get this whipped. So now before any of you guys go ahead and call the wambulance on me, I am going to go and show you what I am doing. First thing is first, I am taking these macarons that I made yesterday that I did not get to show you guys on video. These are like seashell macarons that I made. They're kind of like seashells that I can like put them together here and like, don't worry, my hands are clean. Newsflash, this is one of my favorite parts, like separating my macaron shells into pairs and making sure each pair matches. It's like therapy to my soul, just making sure that everything matches up and setting my macarons ready to pipe before me. One of the things that I wanted to explain to all of my followers, which is why I'm showing my face for the first time in like 1.5 years, and I kind of feel dumb, you know, that in 1.5 years I haven't really like gained many subscribers, but hopefully after this video I'll kind of gain some traction. I am a school teacher by day. That's like my full-time job to support my family. Like, we don't actually get paid in the summer for sitting around all. So for all of you teacher judgers out there, just thank those teachers, because then they don't have any income coming in the summertime. For that reason, I wanted to start baking. and sell some of the stuff that I make. For those of you who are really like, you know how all of this operates, in order for you to sell baked goods like officially and not like in the black market or not like under the table like sneaky, you need to have a food handler's license, which I do have, and you need to take classes and things like that and get some licensing and all of that. And then like the big thing at the end is for you to get your cottage food license for your state, so that you are in compliance with your state regulations before actually selling your products or selling your baked goods officially, right? But that came to a screeching halt because my landlord, because I am a renter, I do not own my home, would not give me the proof of the water bill that I needed to submit to my city for the cottage food license. So in other words, I was like screwed. Like all my dreams went like poof. And I know some of you guys are going to get me in the comments and you're going to say like, oh, hey, wait a minute, you should just sell them like under the table or kind of a rule follower. And if I teach my own students to follow rules in my classroom, what hypocrite would I be if I just went along and broke the rules myself? All of the creations that you see on my channel are macarons that I've made for my family, for my kids, for my family, my sister, my brother, my family events, picnics, holidays, all of those things. And that's why there are not really many videos, because if I'm not selling something to make a profit, I'm not just going to make unnecessary macarons for the purpose of just making them and spending money on eggs, which are stinking expensive, because I'm already broke in the summertime. It's kind of a catch-22. Subscribe, like, follow me if you're on my TikTok. Whatever you need to do, share this video with your friends, ask them to subscribe. I mean, it's free to do. Like, you just hit that subscribe button. It's like the most freest thing you can do. There's like no cost to doing it, and you support me because everything that I'm going to be posting on my channel, at least for now, until I'm able to afford to purchase my own home. Anyways, I don't want to bore you with all of the facts and all the stuff, but I do want to take you with me to see some of the macarons that I am making tonight. So honestly, this part of the process is my favorite part, and it's making the macaronage, which is mixing the dry ingredients with the wet ingredients, which is the meringue. But before I even do that part, I am just setting up all the fixings to my piping bags using Taco Bell and Dunkin' Donuts drink cups, because I feel like they're like the best fit for my piping bags. Any medium-sized piping bag is going to fit in these very nicely, and it's going to fill up very nicely. And so the process is just very fulfilling, making sure everything's colored correctly, because I wanted that coral color to come through with these macarons that I'm showing you today. And these ones I'm just piping into regular circular shaped macarons, like the regular piping shape that usual macarons are piped in. But I really enjoyed this process, and I love the fact that I have all my materials set out. I usually use these large binder clips to keep all of my batter inside of my piping bag. It's just something that I do. It's a little trick that I have, a little tip, just in case you guys are wondering how to do it. But yeah, I'm just neurotic here, piping or popping, sorry, my bubbles inside of my macarons, just making sure that everything's the way it should be in the right order, and setting up my fan so that these macarons can set and dry out. It takes about an hour for me to dry out my macarons and make sure that they have set enough time before putting them in the oven, because I don't want these things to explode, or else I'm just going to give up and throw in the towel. For those of you who bake macarons for a living, you know that it is extremely difficult to mess up, but I did really good this time, and I'm proud of what I've done. Okay, so those peachy, pinkish, beachy color macarons are going to have my lemon curd inside of it, and then my blue ones are going to have my strawberry, or maybe vice versa. I think my blue shell ones, I'm going to have the lemon curd, and then the pinkish, peachy, beachy macarons, I'm going to put my strawberry filling. And then I'm actually making a macaron cake for my friend that's going to have strawberry, like a strawberry jam and lemon curd mixed within the cake is what I'm going to do for her. And I'm actually going to box that cake just to give to her, because I have a feeling my coworkers are going to dog the other two macarons that I'm making for them tomorrow. It is like 12 midnight, guys. Like, I started this video and making these peachy, beachy colored macarons at like 7, 8 o'clock, and now it's already 12 midnight. And these things take a long time. I've had them setting out for an hour, and now they're baking. And by the time I get them out, I would have finished my shelled macarons. So I'm going to actually show you guys the process that I take in filling these macarons. So here we are, guys. We are finally in the home stretch where I'm finally pairing up these coral macarons to get ready to be filled. And I had to say, I am so stinking tired at this point. It's like 11:30 pushing 12 o'clock midnight. And I'm just getting ready to pipe these puppies and fill them with the strawberry filling. And I am going to admit, like, at this point, I felt like it was really hard to pipe that vanilla buttercream. It was like the piping bag was being very difficult with me, and the cream was a bit firm. But I would rather the cream be firm so that it holds in that strawberry filling nice and snug in the inside. Because if you've ever been into a macaron where the filling is not firm enough, it kind of like splatters out. And it's not a good like eating experience to have like a splattery mess sandwich inside of your macaron. But when you have a nice thick and solid buttercream with a nice thick filling in the inside, a nice viscous filling, it creates for a good tasting experience. It kind of like melds the macaron together. So I'm not a fan of putting like heavy whipped buttercream, but I like my buttercream to be firm, and I don't like any splattery ingredients. Most people like putting like a ganache, like a fruit ganache. That lends for a really nice eating experience too, because the ganache is very thick and it doesn't like splatter out of the cookie, the sandwich cookie. So I'm just packing these away as soon as I start filling them, because as soon as I'm done with these, I'm just going to stick them inside of the refrigerator so that they can mature overnight. Usually macarons only need like not even 24 hours, about 12 hours to mature overnight. Now these were also filled with buttercream, vanilla buttercream filling as a moat for the lemon curd center. And the lemon curd this time came out really, really thick. So I'm really, really shocked at the way these turned out. But I also packed these together and sealed them up very nicely so that I can start on this macaron cake for my friend and her future husband to share with one another. Because the last thing I want is for the person that I'm making the macarons for not be able to actually taste what I made for them. So I made a specially boxed macaron cake just for her and her future husband. Guys, I'm just going to go ahead and admit that my piping skills are not the best, and I'm ashamed to even show this on camera, but you know what? It is what it is. Her and her future husband really enjoyed this macaron cake and the way it tasted, and that for me is what was most important, because after all, I'm making this for free for them, because as I already told you guys, I'm not selling these. So if you could like, subscribe to my channel, and share, that would be helpful. Finally, I am all like done and cleaned up most of the mess. And I'm tired because it's 1 o'clock in the morning and I still need to take a shower and get dressed, and that's how tired I am. I wake up early for this shower. I'm going to be taking some footage of the display that I'm putting together tomorrow. And if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit that like button, hit the notification bell, and if you're following me, you're going to see a YouTube short coming out soon. And if you follow my TikTok channel at Sweet Macarons, you will also see some of the content revolving this project that I'm doing. So please stay tuned, because that YouTube short will be coming out shortly. Thank you guys for being with me today, and thank you for hanging out. Thank you for hearing my sob story, and hopefully my sob story turns into a dream come true. I'll see you guys